Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to another episode of Tonya TV, where in this episode, we're going to be talking about discovering your ideal client avatar or profile so that you can start attracting more clients into your coaching business like crazy fast. If we haven't met yet, I'm Tonya Rineer, and I help coaches just like you build their dream business so that you can attract clients, make a difference, make money, and live your dream life. And identifying your ideal client is huge in making that happen because, well, if you're vague, if you don't know who you're talking to, if you're talking to everybody, your message just doesn't connect. This is one of the foundational principles of building a business. This is part of building your brand and in crafting your unique message so that you can show up in the world and connect with people who you resonate with so that you can show up and manifest and attract clients who you love working with. And when you absolutely love your clients, you love what you do, you're excited to get up in the morning, working with them fills you with energy rather than drains you. And they're excited. They get a great experience. And then they tell everybody about you. There we go. Now we've got referrals coming in. You're in total alignment, which means your vibe is high, which means you're manifesting like crazy and life is good. There is no resistance. And that is what I want for you. But that starts with doing a little bit of work. Now, before we dive in, I want to let you know I do have a workbook for you so that you can really dig into this. This is a workbook that I have only shared with my paying coaching clients in the past. And I'm giving it to you because I really do believe this work is so important. So you can grab that at tonyarineer.com/TV07. And if you're new here, please make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon on YouTube so that you can get notified every time I post a new video and free resource. Okay, so whether you are brand new and you're just starting to build your coaching business, or you've been at it for a little while, ideal client profiling is essential if you want your message to resonate. If you have not yet done this work, regardless of where you are in business, this episode is going to help you big time. So pay attention, take notes. Now, if you haven't done this, there's a reason. And I know the reasons because I've been there, and I avoided this work for a really long time, mainly because I didn't know who my ideal client was. I wanted to experiment and I wanted to kind of test the waters a little bit. So I worked with anybody who I thought that I could help. I had such a big heart and I have so much knowledge and so much experience that I just thought I can help everybody. But just because you can doesn't necessarily mean you should. What happens when you're helping everyone, you start to kind of feel like, well, if I tailor a message to this person, then I'm going to leave all these other people out. And I don't want them to feel excluded. I want to help everyone. I want to help them too. So instead of being really specific and talking to one particular type of person, you end up talking to all the people and you really dilute your message. And the person on the other end receiving your message, listening to you talk, hearing your story, checking you out on the internet, on social media, or your website, whatever, is like, yeah, I'm not sure if this person's for me. And the reason is when people come to you and they are considering hiring you, they want to know two things. How can she help me? And does she really understand me? Has she really been where I've been? Does she really understand what I'm going through? Because the truth is, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. They don't care how much of an expert you are. They don't care how much experience you have, how many degrees, until they know that you understand them, that you care about them, that you really do want to help them, and you have the heart to do that. And the way that you communicate that is through your message. It's through getting really super clear on who you're talking to and talking to them in a way that says, I get you, I understand you. Where they're like, oh my gosh, she's in my head. Like, she totally gets me. I want to work with her because nobody else gets me like she does. That is the connection that you want to make through your messaging. And the only way you can do that is to get really super clear on who you serve. What I want you to think about is creating an ideal client profile. So one specific person that you are tailoring all of your messaging to. One person. I know that's so scary, right? What do you mean? I want to serve millions. I know. But if you pick one person and you picture them in your mind every time you write an email, every time you post on social media, or you create a blog post or whatever it is that you're doing, if every time you do that, you are channeling the energy of this ideal client profile, what you're going to create is a relationship. You're building a relationship. Relationships are built one person at a time. Now, here's why that's important. It's because the way that you communicate with people changes depending on who you're communicating with. Chances are, when you're talking to your mom or your grandmother, you're going to communicate in a certain way, certain mannerisms, certain words. And then when you turn around and you go and you're communicating and hanging out with your girlfriends on girls' nights, the way you communicate and what it is that you're talking about and how you're relating to them is totally different. The things you have in common with your girlfriends is going to be totally different than the things you have in common with mom or grandma, right? Same is true in your marketing and your messaging for your business and your brand. The way you talk to one person is going to be entirely different than the way you talk to somebody else. So it's important to get clear about who that is if you really want to make that connection. Now, if you've already done the niching down homework from last week's episode, then you already have an idea of what your niche is. This is what you're good at, where your zone of genius is, and what you're really passionate about, and how you can apply that to your coaching practice. Now, you're going to take that information from that episode, which you can get at tonyarineer.com/TB06. And then you can take that and use that here to now start to craft and hone your message for your ideal client. There are a lot of ways that you can really get specific about who it is that you are wanting to attract. Who do you really love to work with and why? Who do you connect with? Who do you resonate with? What experiences have you had in your own life that really are important to you? What do you love to talk about? If you could take one person who you love to work with or you think that you would love to work with and just clone them and work with lots of people exactly like them, describe them. Now, you may want to start with identifying what it is you don't want. What do you know for sure you don't like to do? Who do you know you don't like to work with? What types of personality traits and characteristics drive you crazy or drain your energy? Write that down. And then take the opposite of that by going, okay, now that I've identified what doesn't work for me, what triggers me or what drains me, what lights me up, what motivates me, what fuels me, what do I feel really passionate about in terms of the type of person I like to work with. And then pretend you're creating a character for a movie and go nuts by creating that ideal client profile. Write down where this person maybe grew up, what experiences they had growing up, what do they love to do, what do they value, what do they believe in, what about them do you really connect and resonate with? Why is it that you feel excited to help them reach their goals and to work with them as a coach? In the workbook that I've provided for you, I walk you through these exact steps and then give you a couple extra steps so that you can really get to know who your ideal client is and start crafting your brand message around this ideal client so that you can start speaking to them and attracting lots and lots of people who are exactly like them. Okay, I hope that was super helpful for you. If it was, please smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe so that you get notified when I post a new video just like this in free resource. And if you know anybody that would value and benefit from this episode, please share it with them. I would be eternally grateful. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll make sure I pop in and answer you personally. And until next time, know that I love you to pieces. I appreciate you to the moon and back. And I will see you back here on the next episode of Tonya TV.